Burlington House is part of the wider 12.5 acre Piccadilly Basin development, and there's 91 1, 2 and 3 bedroom apartments. There's a big pull to Manchester and people want to live there. It has 2 airports, 2 football teams and a great transport system. So it's a really big hub for the overseas student market as well as professionals and businesses outside of London. And there's a need, the population's growing, there's a need for more residential apartments. We are trying to attract the high end, the creatives, people that are accessing the northern quarter, and we also are open to students as well. When you build a scheme that's purely for rental, you have to think about the continuing journey and to make sure that your tenants are continually happy. So you have to make sure that you're keeping up with the technologies and it continues to stay high quality. The requirement for contactless or reduced contactless journeys is going to be ever growing, and people are going to start thinking about putting it into their schemes that they probably wouldn't have done before. And so we have a reduced touch system as you go into the building. Entrance, exits, touch-free, all via your telephone.
The initial brief we got from the customer was that they wanted to try and move away from having keys everywhere. That's when we spoke to Kevin at CIE, and he told us about the various products that are available on the market, one of them being 2N. He organised a demonstration in the client's head office, and they were absolutely blown away with it. That's how we initially came across CIE and the 2N product. The building itself is 91 apartments with 3 different entrances to the car parking area, the reception areas. And then in addition to that, we've got an additional 11 points of access control for the bin stores, the communal areas and things like that. The 2N product range, in terms of the installation, is easy. The locks themselves are powered from the readers, all via PoE, so it's all networkable. We can get to all points on the network, and the entire system we can remotely support. After the install, we had quite a large presence on site, training people and everything like that. So when we explained that, you just have to have your phone in your pocket, the vast majority of people actually loved the idea. It was so simple and so easy.
It's been quite exciting to have the Bluetooth, the 2N access system in the building. I think the residents do like the fact that they don't need any keys. They do like the novelty of it. It is cool. It is just cool. When you think of it, they have their bank cards on their phone, they pay by phone, they use phone more frequently than they would use keys or fobs or wallets. So at the beginning, when we were setting this up and thinking of all the different processes and how secure it will be and how we will explain it to the residents, we had probably a lot more questions than the residents did. And when they arrived and we showed them the whole journey, it was quite self-explanatory. In the morning of their arrival, they receive a pairing code, which means they can pair up their phone immediately. And from that moment, they're ready to access all the areas that they're supposed to access straight away. There's no picking up of keys. Obviously, they have their phone with the Bluetooth access and the access card as a backup should the battery go flat. They have access point at the entrance door, access point to the hallway, and then obviously their own apartment door, which means that the site is really secure. A lot of people had asked what happens when my phone battery dies. Sometimes people just prefer the physical key, but in reality, if they lose it out and about and then come home and realize their key is gone, they're on their own. Whereas in this case, they have the backup of a card or to issue a new pairing code that can be done straight away. So they're never really on their own. Being able to access and manage the system remotely has definitely been the most helpful. And not having the physical keys means the resident has moved out, all their accounts are closed, regardless whether they've returned the access card or not, whether they've deleted the app on their phone or not. That can be removed wherever I am.
I think that it shows that we're a forward-thinking development. People love to have technology on their phone. They like to show it off. We want to be the best, and we proved that with Burlington. We will always be trying to forward think and forward plan to make sure that we are better than everybody else.
This was the first project that we dealt with CIE, so they were a new supplier. But we can honestly say that CIE have just been absolutely excellent with us. Changes that often happen on projects, they were very accommodating, that the equipment needed to change, and without any doubt, we'd work with them again in the future.